There are 4 steps in this passage that are there that if we take heed to these principles, we will learn how to be successful in throwing out the net of the gospel of God's love so we can capture people, not quote unquote so they can become like us, no, but that they can become someone who qualifies to go to heaven and be with God for eternity. God is madly in love with everybody. And He has assigned to us who know Him to tell everybody about this love. And so that's what it means to throw out the net. Here is step number 1. To be effective in spiritual fishing, you must be intentional. Say that with me, please. Be intentional. If you look at verse 4, it says, when Jesus had finished speaking, He said to Simon, put out into deep water. There it is right there. You cannot go fishing unless you go into deep water. Now, you're not looking to catch little guppies on the side of the shore, so to speak. Jesus tells this brawny, tired fisherman, put out into deep water. In other words, I have stopped talking to the people about kingdom truths. I'm now going to deal with you by giving you a practical lesson, first lesson of being a fisherman, and that is, Peter, be intentional. In other words, you have to want to fish for men. You have to want to have your life being a bait, so to speak, that can capture people for the glorious gospel of Christ. You got to want this thing. The great English preacher from the 1800s, Charles Haddon Spurgeon, he said this, have you no wish for others to be saved? Then you are not saved yourself. Be sure of that. When I first came to Christ, I had this insatiable hunger, and I still do, to see lost people meet Jesus. Why? Because I knew the absence and the emptiness in my soul. And when I met Christ on July 6, 1982 at 10 p.m., I knew the time, the date, the hour, the moment. It was so transformational. I wanted others to have the same kind of experience that I had with God. I didn't know about the Bible. I didn't know about biblical truths. I didn't know theology and all those kinds of highfalutin things. All I had was a simple desire, because what God did for me, I wanted Him to do for others. And so I learned this: be intentional.